Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo! Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel where today we're taking a look at grinding and farming. Yes, it's wonderful. And we're going to take a look at it from the prospect of you being like level 39, or at least a higher level. Maybe 28 is probably the earliest you could do this realistically. But particularly focus on how you can be grinding faction rep at a higher rate. And as you can assume, we're starting with that system right over there, Taigo Core. And why are we starting off with this random Klingon system? Well, we'll discuss that throughout the video. And for anybody going, oh my God, why are you saying these things, Rev? Because we've said them a million times, so whatever at this point. But let's start with the basics of what we're discussing, and that is rep grinding. So as you level up in the game, and for those that know, at the lower levels, I recommend dual faction grinding. You want to do that as much as you can to lock out a faction. Now remember, a faction locks out at 10 million points. So once you get to 10 million, it won't go lower. And I've been grinding today. You see I got 700,000 positive by grinding in Tycho Core in one auger run. And then here's my Klingon. Now I've always been killing a lot of Klingons, a little bit what I'm saying, and it's still 10 million. So once you lock, it won't go below. And doing this process to lock two then allows you to go back and do the third, which I'm finally stopping being lazy on, and I'm locking my Romulan rep. Now there are several places to do this farming, and depending on what faction you're trying to raise, you can choose a few different systems, and we'll show you some of those. And the key to really grinding these effectively is having Pike, Moreau, and Chin with Chin maxed, and that's the key. Now you can get Chin maxed by level 28, especially if you follow that video advice that I gave you. You can also get Pike in that same range. It's tough, it's work, yes, but at the same time, if you want to think about playing the long game and preparing your account for, you know, what the future may hold for you, well, these are the type of things that you got to think about. Because let's be honest, as fun as some of the events are and the arcs and all that, but if you want ships and you want officers, then you need to be working on grinding, because that is what gives you your dailies and a lot of the stuff that you're going to need every single day. So remember, first recommendation is dual faction grind until you get to 10 million, then pick up the third one, put it at 10, have all three positive, and then you're going to want to start grinding again. And just real quick to remind everybody, if you've not started this process, let's say that you're like a level 16 watching this video going, I want to rep grind too. No worries. Pick you the very beginning systems, and you're going to want to focus on these traders. The smallest that you can hit is like a Romulan, Klingon, or Federation trader, and as you see right there, it gives you a few points to start grinding your reps into the positive. So let's talk about Taigo Core and why people like it so much. So I've collected 50 boxes from Taigo Core, and what we can do right now is now these are 50 just from Tai. I have used all my other ones, the PvP chests I have, and you can see the drop rate for Tai is pretty good, especially if you're hitting the 40s. That's going to be probably your best drop rate, but you can see a nice drop rate for the boxes there to where you can, you know, reasonably get, you know, 50 set between 1 and 2 holes. Now that's not necessarily as important for everybody. Some people, especially for rep grinding, probably want to focus more on the what gets me more kills aspect. But if you're also thinking about speed ups, officer experience, things like that, you want to get some residuals as well, maybe think about grinding in Tai. So now I'm opening up 50 chests, and you see in this 50 chests I get almost 200,000 officer experience, 2 Burrell shards, and 2 Cavort shards just by grinding here, as well as 9 1-hour repair speed ups, a random independent credit, a random Klingon credit, and then more speed ups. And that's the benefit of here is the drop rates in Taigo Core in terms of what you get from killing these hostiles is one of the best that you can do in non-deep space. We'll have another video where we talk about farming and like warp 75 plus and all that at another time. But if you're talking about being, you know, at that starter point where you want to start grinding, but you're not ready to go all the way and live in deep space, because, you know, if you're going to be there, you generally have to live there, because it's crazy to try to fly out. And that discovery thing, you will burn up a lot of mycelium just trying to go back and forth with the discovery and summon things to get out of deep space if you don't have all 5 of your ships ready to go warp 75 or higher. So if we're talking about that, Taigo Core is your #1 spot. And here's the reason why. Back about a year and a half, 2 years ago, what happened was they reskinned some of the hostiles, like that 38 I just killed, and it says it's a veteran hostile. So what they did though It actually took higher level hostiles, reskinned them, and then put them down into these areas. So what you'll notice is if you're hitting these 38s, they'll actually count to like your 43 requirement. Like if you got to kill a level 43 hostile, this will work. Now, the big reason though is not just that, because that explains why some of the boxes are so good. But the big reason is this right here. The rep you get is higher in Tiger Corps with their veterans than anywhere else on the map. And how do I know this? Well, it's very easy to kind of compare. So you see the 38 there is going to give me 6,000 rep for Fed and 3,000 for Romulan. Well, let's jump over to this. How about Alpha Centauri? Because that's a level 40 system with veterans. Or I'm sorry, level 39 system with veterans. So the same thing that we were just looking at with Tiger Corps. Now remember, 6,000, 3,000, that's an extreme amount. So now we need to do the same thing with a 38 Federation. This is only 1,578, 786 and 1,500. So you're talking about what? Quintuple the amount of rep from the exact same level hostile. 38 vet here, 38 vet over there. But what you're getting, because I guess when they did the reskins, they reskinned higher ones for Tiger Corps than they did when they did these. And those veterans are just simply better. They pay out more rep, and typically the boxes are better from what you're getting. Heck, I just got a single box here. Let's see what we get. I'm curious. I got 5,000 officer XP. That's more than you see me get doing my live streams when I'm farming in Alpha Centauri and Wolf and places like that. Now, I typically focus on farming in these because I'm going to want to focus on Romulan and Klingon after I hit my triple faction log. And the Federation is the easiest one. So just to put that out there, when you start talking about starting off at this point before you're reaching a deep space, the easiest one to start farming is this. Get in Tiger Corps, you can grow your Fed rep very, very quickly. And if you're doing your Borg probes every day where your Vidar is helping you get like 600 Federation credits a day, you can actually get a Kelvin ready to go really, really fast. And it's not like it was back in the day where the Kelvin's not worth getting. It's now a more viable ship with the repair cost reduction, new officers that are in the game. It's a lot more manageable to maintain, especially when we talk about having the biotic, because somebody wants me to pronounce it biotic. It's biotic. Gotta say it cool, biotic. So if you get that, and keep in mind that at level 39, I'm getting 16 million. I'm getting even more when I'm at level 42 and stuff. It's now a lot more reasonable to ascend and go in that area. Now, I'm still waiting to level up because there's more stuff I believe is coming. So I'm going to sit at 39 farm and make sure I get my researches up and my buildings because there's still some things that I'm a little bit behind on. I'll probably be around 18 million power, 17.5 million power total before I move up. Right now, I'm a little under 17. So let's talk a little bit more about grinding in general. So once you reach triple lock, what should you do? Should you single faction grind? Should you dual? So if you remember, the next faction lock for you is at 1 billion points. No, that's not a typo from Rev Deuce's tongue. That is legit. 1 billion. At that point, though, I actually still recommend dual grinding. However, I don't recommend dual grinding to the level of keeping them both, like feeling they both got to stay even. You want to work on picking one to be positive, but the amount of things that you're going to get if you're running dual, especially as you get higher into the rep levels, is the amount of officer XP you get, the shards that you get, the amount of credits that you get for multiple factions. All these are very, very important. If you talk about what I'm going to do, which is go Klingon and Romulan, the Hegta is my favorite epic ship. The Tribune's the best, but the Hegta's my favorite because of the speed and the versatility that I can load it out with. It's more specialized, just like the D4 is, but it's my favorite in terms of how effective they are at level 50. So that's thinking long term, but I also love the Coronar, and I think that the Katinga is going to end up in my hangar even if I never use it because it's a freaking gorgeous battleship. It's almost, oh my God, it's so good. They just can't get over how sexy the Klingon ships are. Ah, kapla! You just spit everywhere. Holy crap. Anyway, the Klingons are a great route to go. And then you look at the Romulans, of course, having the Tribune, the Pylum, maybe the best rare ship when it comes to the 4-star level ships in the game. And then you've even got a Valdor, which is honestly not that bad to use. It's definitely better than the ISS Jelly in PvP. So you got several options. So starting off here, this is kind of like a starter video to get you ready for grinding up in those upper levels. We'll talk about grinding and places to grind in high space and deep space in another video. But look at places like Tiger Corps. Look at places like Alpha Centauri and Fed Space. So I'll actually come show you up here. You're looking around warp 53 is about the range that you're looking at for a lot of these. Warp 47 for some of them. That's what you're looking at warp wise, which you can reach with several different ships. If we swap over to our handy dandy maxed Saladin, see our warp range, scroll down, is 60. So once you max this bad boy out with PMC, you can come hit traders in Alpha Centauri and in Tycho Core. And if we come over to Romulan space, they also have their own systems out here that are 39 that you'll find veterans in as well. So there's multiple options for different routes for you to go. And I really want to end this video by saying, please, if you have questions about this process, hit me up on Discord or Facebook. Definitely leave your comments down below, of course, but hit me up because I really want to help everybody grow. I even got asked during a live stream, do you help people one-on-one and do you help alliances? Yes, definitely. Please contact me, especially if you want me to help your server or your alliance. Let me know. I'll come to your Discord and we'll arrange something. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button. Hit that thing that looks like this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Live long and prosper. Stay safe out there, Space Cowboys, and we'll catch you on the next exciting video of Rev Deuce. An even better outro than the intro. Yeah!